try, you can really try to understand who God is. Get deep in your mind that there is a creator of the universe. That there is an essence. Because there's really no other way to describe him. There is an essence that exists. And the concept is not that he has or gives existence. It's difficult to understand that he is existence. It's his essence, it's his being. Now, if you can try to wrap your mind around the fact that there is an eternal God who created everything, and we are blessed. Listen, it is, I find it a privilege to be able to come into the temple one time during the week at least. We're able to come into the temple, the sanctuary, where the Bible, he calls it, this is my dwelling place, my home. And we're able to come into this place and try to do our best to put our minds around the fact that he exists. You don't really appreciate life until you understand the life giver. Yes. Really. When you understand that he's existence, you stand here and you say, wow, I'm grateful that I was given breath today, that I was able to move. Yes. Thank you for the health. Thank you for food. Thank you for the clothing on my back. Thank you for vehicles that you provide, God. Thank you that I was able to share, that I was able to receive today. Thank you that I was able to hear or to see or to smell or touch or to experience. Thank you that I was able to feel. Yes. Even if it doesn't feel so good, I was blessed to feel. Yes. Yes. That's life. I'm given life. You've been given existence. Whew. My God, when that explodes in your mind, give me a call, okay? Send me a text the day that happens. You're going to find yourself in the middle of Walmart like this. You're going to be like, what happened? I understand he exists. Yes. Oh, my God. Ooh. Ooh, I felt like running right there. Ooh. He exists, man. He exists. And we are blessed to share in his existence. He thought about you exactly the way you were made and said, I'm going to give you life. I'm going to allow you to experience. And most of all, I'm going to let you experience me. Yes. Oh, my God. Yes. Thank you, Lord. Oh, my God. Yes. Whew. Listen, I don't know about you, but I experienced a lot of bad things in life. I'm glad to know that there is one that is good. Yes. Oh, my God. Yes, whew. He never stops being good. He can't do anything but be good. Oh. All right, let me back off. I'm ready to go. I hope you're ready to go.
I got my notebook.
I welcome you. Thank you for being with us tonight. Again, I don't count it. I don't want to overlook how important it is to me, not just to be in the house of God, but to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Again, I know that we do things a little different here, and it's very customary to come into church and sing songs and praise God, and there's nothing wrong with that. We do that. We just decided to flip it, I want to share with you a word, and then we celebrate.
Yes. Yes.
Now that might sound strange to you, but I'm going to draw for you a little picture. I'm not even going to look. I'm sure that every single one of you have been to a party. Guaranteed. You've been to a party. You went to a dance. You went to something. Somewhere where they had some banging music. And you walk in and you don't really participate immediately, do you? No. You greet who you got to greet, and then you sit down. You sit down. You relax. You get the vibe. You get accustomed to where you're at. You see what's going on. You wait till you get a little familiar, a little comfortable. And then comes that moment where you stand up and that leg begins to shake, and that's it. It's over for you. You don't remember the rest of the night. You just know you started partying and you started dancing and you didn't stop. Right? And what you do the next day? Talk about how much you party. You guys with me?
Yes.
Oh man. You think about that. Now we're blessed to be able to come in and we sit down and we begin to receive of God. We allow God, we interchange our thoughts for God's way of thinking. And that's what life is all about. I hope one day you discover that the secret to life, the purpose of life, the only reason you're living for is to try to begin to think like Him. Not only does it work out for you, but more importantly, you begin to understand, oh my gosh, I know how He thinks. At least to my limitation. That's amazing. It's a privilege we have. But in order to do that, we got to get our minds in on God. Okay? So I'm going to join you. I'm going to ask you to join me tonight. And I want to share with you a set of scriptures here. And every now and then I just feel that God has certain things to say. And at moments I begin to take notes, and there's something inside of me that says, no. The moment you take notes, you're going to put limitations on what He may want to say. And who am I to distinguish or judge or dictate what He wants to say? And so tonight we're just going to read the Bible and we're going to talk about the Bible. Is that okay?
Yes.
I'm going to give you a quick foundation, and then we're going to get into this. This phone is annoying. Can you take this? Thank you. Man was in a bad place. He had grown to be hungry for power and dominance. He wanted to conquer, and there was violence, and they loved the violence. Wickedness, immorality, the thought of man had deprived. All there was wars and battles and millions of people dying. And all man wanted was more power. Bigger empire. Including slaves. More slaves I have, the more work I can get done, the faster I can build. There was a lot of wickedness in the land. Man had no care for life anymore. Sounds like 2020, doesn't it? But it's not. And so the children of God are mad. They're complaining. Right? Man's dead. Man's the children of God complaining. But nonetheless, the people of God, the Israelites, were complaining. They were enslaved. They were enslaved. And they were angry because there were other wicked slaves, nations, being released. And they continued to remain in bondage and slavery. They were angry. What's up, God? We're supposed to be your children. Look like everything going good for them. What about us? And during that time, God calls, God creates. God creates Jeremiah. And He calls Jeremiah in chapter 1. It's very intimate, very personal. He says, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I had known you. I fabricated you. I put you together. Huh? I put you together and I've separated you. And He says, I've called you to be a prophet to the nations. It's pretty interesting. There's an actual conversation there. Because Jeremiah's like, nah, not me, bro. I'm too young. That's not funny. I'm too young. And God says, oh, you don't understand. If you begin to understand that when you speak, I will be speaking. Oh my God. Everywhere you go, I will go. Do you not understand who has called you? And if I have called you, what makes you possibly entertain the idea that anything or anyone would be able to stop what I have called? Jeremiah has become the prophet, the man that's going to walk into places, into nations, and say exactly what he believes God's telling him, what he knows God is telling him. God will use him as a mouthpiece. Okay? However, there's a dichotomy here. He runs into a problem. The problem with Jeremiah is that he's prophesying on God's behalf. He knows he's being used by God. However, the more he prophesies, the more he's used by God, the more people hate him. Oh, imagine that. Imagine somebody actually hating someone because they're doing what God told them to do. Huh? Let me pull back on this. We'll go the other way. If I go that way, I may not come back. And it gets to the extent where now Jeremiah's life begins to get threatened. Ooh. So what? Your cousin got angry, you got in a fight, and they threatened you. No. We're talking about kings that are starting to say, you know what, we got to put an end to this Jeremiah guy. Kings. Emperors. Big people. So Jeremiah is over here saying, I'm doing your work. And I'm being over here threatened. They want to kill me. These people over here, they're called your children. All they're doing is bothering me and asking me to ask you what's going on. So now we're going to read Jeremiah's short conversation with God. And I'm glad it's short. If you have your Bible, or if you want to write this down somewhere, jot some things down. Jeremiah 12:1. I want to take you to Jeremiah chapter 12. Jeremiah chapter 12. I'm going to start in verse 1. And listen, if we made it through all 5, great. If we don't, I don't care. We'll go as far as we need to go and then pick it up. Jeremiah 12:1. This is Jeremiah. Now, Jeremiah just found out he's being threatened. He comes to God, complains to God, and God says, oh, don't worry about it, I've got you. I'm going to do some things on your behalf. Right after God tells him, I'm going to take care of you. This is Jeremiah's response. You, O Lord, are uncompromisingly righteous and consistently just. My God. You, oh Lord, I love this. Uncompromisingly righteous. What is righteous? Huh? Righteous is the value, the act of doing things at a certain order, doing the right thing. Living up to certain standards. He's telling God, there is no other standard but your standard. And when you act righteous. You never do anything other than the right. I need that to sink that in. I need that to sink in. Listen to that. He's telling God, you never fail to do the right thing. I think sometimes we need to remind ourselves of that. When you're angry and when you're upset and what's going on, God, you need to remind yourself, He is uncompromisingly righteous. Everything He does is right. He don't know no other better. He don't do no wrong. Righteous are the standards without compromise. Oh my God, if we only understood that word. What do you allow in your life to be compromised? Integrity, thoughts, ideas. What? We compromise everything. Everything. And if we did it today, we'll compromise it tomorrow. I'm going on at least maybe 6 months of going to the gym. You think at this time, I'm like, yeah, I want to go every day. No, man, I don't want to go.
Right, amen.
Every day.
Amen.
But some of us win the fight, Pastor Diana. Some of us go.
Thank you, Lord.
We're going to pray. No.
Mercy. Thank you, Jesus, for your mercy.
He says, you, O Lord, are uncompromisingly righteous and consistently just. That's so good. Just. Just means that you're fair. You're always going to do the right, fair thing. And it says consistently. You will never do anything that is unfair. Oh my God. Everything you do is right. And it's always completely fair. I want you to hear this. This is the prophet. The person that is being used by God. This is the Christian. We want to label it nowadays. Listen. He says, you are righteous and consistently just when I plead my case with you. Every time I come to you with an issue, you are righteous and you are just. Every time I bring to you a problem, you resolve it righteous and just. Every time I have an argument, every time I have a request, you're always righteous and you're always just. Every time. You heard what he said, right? You heard what he said. He's confessing this with his mouth. You are righteous, you are just. I know who you are. Every time I come to you, you're the same God. And then he says, look what he says. But there's never a good time. It's always bad when there's a but in it. You're like, uh-oh. He said, but let's talk about some of this judgment you've been doing lately. Listen, look at that. It says, but I want to discuss, I want to have a conversation, discuss justice with you. Oh my God. He wants to talk to God about justice because he has not completely come to understanding that God is justice. You don't talk to him about justice. If you want to talk to him about justice, you got to talk about how good he is, how fair he is, how amazing he is, how powerful he is, how patient he is, how loving and merciful and gracious he is. That's the only way I can talk to him about justice. You think you and I know justice? Come on. Look at the news. We're killing each other. We're at each other's necks. You stabbing your neighbor. Why? Because they was breathing too hard. You think we got some issues? This is a man of God. Forget about acknowledging. He knows who God is. He's used by God, and he knows how he's used by God. And he comes to God and he says, I know who you are, righteous and just. However, God, you've been real fair on your judgments, but we need to discuss some of the judgments you're doing right now. Thank God that there's nobody here present that has ever questioned God. Hey, I assumed that you knew what you were doing. Huh? That's not you? If that's not you, you're telling me you don't pray. That's what you're telling me. I don't care who you are. If you pray, that's you. You got it. You answer every day. Look, why did that have to happen, man? Huh? He's mad with God. But we, men got to learn, because he sweet talk God for a moment there. We got to learn how to do that. We don't do that too good. We be coming in barging already, and we didn't even say hello. Hi, sweetie. Hey, beautiful. He wants to discuss justice with God as though he could possibly add something that would make God's justice better. If you understand that he's righteous and just, what makes you think that your opinion, your perspective, which is obviously different from his, is going to make things better? God, it would be so much easier if you did it this way. That could have happened first, and then this. Yeah, I ain't never asked that. And then he asked one of the most popular questions of all time in the Bible. What do you mean, Pastor? Listen, David prayed this question I don't know how many times. Elijah did it a couple of times. And now I'm going blank. There's a couple of men in the Bible that actually, Job. Oh, Job asked the same question. He said, why are all the bad people doing good, God? Why does the way of the wicked, look at that, why does the way of the wicked prosper, while all who are treacherous are at ease? How come I am living as best as I can for God and I'm worried about bad things happening to me? Those clowns want nothing to do with you and they don't care. So you're angry because someone else is living free. Nah, did anybody understand that? Maybe? Why? I'm trying to do the best that I could to maintain this family. I did the right thing. Why? Why am I struggling? I'm giving you the best that I got. You better start with that. You better answer that question first. Okay? If you ain't giving him the best that you got, what gives you the right to ask for the best?
Right. Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
It's not an enjoyable parent that comes when kids only come to you for money or for when you need something. You're like, this ain't working out, bro. Right? Come, Oh, I almost started singing 50 Cent there. Come, give me a hug. No. I don't know how these songs are in my head. There's too many 80s songs in my head. Somebody should have said, hey, man, the 80s. But I'm just too old. Okay. Look at what he's saying. We trying to do the right thing. How come they don't care and they're moving up and they're doing great and their things are growing? And they seem to be happy all the time. I'm over here doing my best to try to live right for you, at least. Because the truth is that most of us are convinced that just because we know of God, that we're living for God. I don't know if anybody understands.
Right. Yes.
Living for God doesn't necessarily mean just because you know Him, you know about Him. That's not living for God. Why do bad people prosper? All the treacherous people doing wrong, they going to sleep at night just fine. I'm over here worried. Why? Am I not serving you? Am I not doing what you asked me to do? Isn't that rough? He's mad. Look, let's go on. Give me verse 2. Look at verse 2. He's going to throw this deep in there. He's like, Isn't that how we start conversations with God? While I'm in this mess. Well, God, as if you didn't know, as if you haven't seen my situation, haven't you seen what's going on in my life? No, none of you pray that? Okay, sister. He said, look at this, look at the audacity. He says, you have planted them. Ooh, yes! In case you didn't get that, in case you didn't get that, you planted them, God. Yes! Yes, it was you. There couldn't be better people if you didn't give them life. You brought them to life. You knew they were going to be mad and treacherous and nasty people, and you still gave them life. Woo! Who that man shredding on some damn water, huh? Woo! But you know what? Let me explain to you something. You don't arrive at a place like this until you get real angry. And being that he is a man of God, anointed and chosen by God, there is a righteous anger that rises up in him. The problem is that we don't know how to articulate and understand righteous anger. Fervor, zeal. Like what, Pastor? Like the idea and the concept that I should not be trying to give God anything less than my absolute best. And even my absolute best still falls short to the perfection that He deserves. Because I acknowledge who He is. Does that make sense? They're flipping over. What are you doing? Yo. Look, you have planted them. Yes, they have taken root. They grow. Just in case you don't know, God, you made them and you're blessing them. Yeah, we can see it. She makes sure she drives down Mercedes-Benz right in front of my house every day. I see it. I see the way others are getting blessed. They're growing. They walk in. All of a sudden, everybody likes them already. You planted them. They've taken root. They grow because of you. Wait. They have even produced fruit. How do you like that? Now, was Jeremiah's problem? Let me finish this. You are honored by their hypocritical lips, but you are far from their heart and mind. My question would be, is Jeremiah's problem, is Jeremiah's anger, is the focus of his anger what those other people have? That they're being blessed, that they got all this fruit, that they're being prosperous? Is that really his problem? Because if he had the same thing, it wouldn't be a problem. He wouldn't have no complaint. Is this focus on what they had, or was his real focus on what I should have? Don't care about what they have. I'll be all right if you bless them, but you need to bless me too. I deserve to be here. I deserve to be like that. Why are they living like that? It ain't about what they have. It's about what I don't have. And what I believe, I think I should have. He's telling God what he should have and what they should not. That doesn't sound like any of us in 2020. Why they doing good? I keep going to church Saturday night. You know what I can do Saturday night where I can be? What am I doing? And then all of a sudden, boom, they get good news. There's a problem here, God. Then he has the audacity to tell God, they are honored by their hypocritical lips. I want you to listen to this. Huh? I'm gonna give you I'm gonna pull you in a little bit, okay? This is still the man of God. This is the prophet who's angry and saying, look what they're doing while he's doing it. You're righteous and you're just, but you're doing things a little wrong here. Hypocritical. And he has the audacity to say, oh, they're hypocritical. Look, they're hypocritical, and their heart and mind are so far from you. How in the world would Jeremiah know the condition of their minds and their hearts? Because we think we do. I know who's a real Christian, who's not, Pastor. I know that person really. No, I know that person. I know that person is not anointed. They can't be used by you. Nuh-uh. That place can't be blessed. Absolutely not. I know. Do you believe that Jeremiah is upset? He's complaining to his Creator. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't raised with a father, but let me tell you, there were some uncles that I feared, bro. Feared. I had uncles that had like rock hands, they like animals. They could take like wood and just tear it with their hands. And I was like, whoa. And if those one of those hands were to land on your face, oh, you never forget it. Oh, can you tell? Y'all have some short uncles, but they were no joke. They prefer me. And he's over here so upset, saying, God, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? I should be blessed. I should be ahead in life already. I should have done this. I should have had that. You promised me here. I want this. I want that. And Jeremiah is focused on what he wants. Not understanding that God is not in the business of what you want. God is in the business of making you more like him.
Yes. That's it.
I ain't care about what you want, don't want. I care about how much of me can be inside of you.
Yes, that's it right there.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Huh? You'd be the poorest person and still stand there and say, no, I'm not going to do that because that dishonors God. No. And that's real hard to do when everybody else is turning. I don't even, no disrespect, I don't even know amen for that one. I've been there. I've been there. I've sat there and looked at God and said, nah, this ain't right. This ain't right. This ain't right. This clown doing that, that clown doing this, and I'm standing here doing it right. Nah, you need to fix this. And God is saying, maybe you should pause for one moment. And Jeremiah, think about some few things that you do have.
Come on.
Like the fact that you called me and I responded.
God, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
No, that's not enough. The fact that I called you, that I formed you, that I created you, that I gave you existence, that I've allowed you to be an instrument of mine, that I got your back, that I got your protection, that I blessed you in and then I allowed everywhere else.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Jeremiah, this unchanging, infinite, immutable God is talking and having a conversation with you. And you worried about what you don't have. You are a child of God. You need to understand the privilege that you've been given, the blessing to know him. The fact that he's got me. If I fall, he'll pick me up. If I'm weary, he'll give me strength. If I lack, he'll give me more than sufficient. I know. I know. But I need you to know. I need you to understand who God is and how he made you and how he cares about you and how involved he wants to be in your life. But Jeremiah ain't done. He's going to do it one more time. Let's go to verse 3. It's okay? Is the story okay?
Yeah.
I know all of you are like that. I don't know how that relates to me, Pastor. That got nothing to do with me. That's for her right here. Don't look, don't look. You got her next to you, don't look. Look at this. Look at how he flips, he tries to flip it again. But you know me, Lord. Listen to that. I ask you, I have some issues with what you're doing, but God, you know me. You know me. Come on. You know I got a good heart. I'm not trying to do it wrong. Woo, there's a little self-righteousness going on there, right? I know who I am. I'm right. I'm the prophet. I'm the man of God. I'm a child of you. Come on, God. You know me. Right? Look at what it says. But you know me, Lord, how faithful I've always been. Oh, my God. He begins to blame God and ask questions and question about doubt about his justice and how he's doing things. And then he comes over here and he says, now that I've questioned you, let me tell you about me. Let me tell you how faithful I've been. Let me remind you, God, that I don't really have to pray to you every day. You blessed that I pray for you, that I pray with you. You blessed that I talk to you. I go to church and you know I don't even want to go. Did you not see me read the verse of the day?
That's true.
Take a minute there. That sounded like it got a lot of agreement going on there. You used to struck something there. And then he comes and he says, look, and you examine the attitude of my heart towards you. You know that I'm like an innocent child. I'm just trying to figure out. You know, it's not that I'm questioning you. It's help me understand what's going on. What's going on? They don't know that one. Me and you know that. That's okay. That sounds in my head.
There's a whole radio.
He just finished telling God, you know my heart. You know, you examine, you can see the attitude. You can see what's really in my heart. And then look what comes out of his mouth right after that. He says, drag them suckers out and kill them.
Oh, that's so shady.
No. That's not what it says, Pastor. Okay. Drag out the faithless. I want you to understand, that was their time. That's the same thing as 2020 when you're saying, drag out that no good stinking ammonia. I don't want to say what you say. I know what I say. That's pretty bad. I don't want to know what you say. Pull them out, God. They're no good for nothing. And like sheep for the slaughter, oh Lord. Look at this. And set them apart for the day of slaughter. I'm going to read to you the contemporary version of that verse. The contemporary version says this. So drag my enemies away and butcher them like sheep.
Oh, my goodness.
And then another version says, appoint a time when they will be killed. Jeremiah had a problem. He ought to be wishing people dead. You know who's done that? A person sitting right next to you. No, that's the damn me. All right. In order for you to tell me that, you got to tell me that you don't know what pain is, what anger is, what frustration is. And we all know what that is. Huh? You can get so angry like, I'm going to kill you. God cursed that person. You see what they did? Do you see what they did, God? Do you see how they treated me? Let me remind you where I stand and what I've been doing. What's going on, God? I listen to you. I say what you want me to say. Maybe this time I can tell you what to do and you'll do what I say. Oh my God, somebody tell me there's no grace in the Old Testament. That was mercy and grace. You could have struck him there right there. He said, I've got a simple request. Just kill them. Kill them. Put an end to their lives. Dirty no good. Finish them off. Oh, but we don't go to that extreme. Lord, you know, if you could, you know, you could give her fire. Lord, today when he leaves from work, I pray that he got 3 flat tires. You don't know what that's like. This is before, where my wife go? Okay, my wife was my witness. I was coming around the corner getting ready to go I was up on the Hampton Bridge in New York City. And about 2 blocks away, boom, got a flat tire. In the snow. And got out my car like a man should be. Somebody please let there be one that says amen. I see you sitting in a car and your wife is changing your tires. Man, I'm about to pop all 3 of the other ones. I'll put you in your place real quick. You sitting in the heat and she jacking up the car. Anyway, sorry, I come from a different generation. He's angry. Anyway, I got a flat tire. I changed it. We crossed the bridge. A block away, I got a second flat tire. You remember that? Yeah. 2 flat tires within half an hour. That has never happened to me in my life. I was beyond mad. I was saying, God, bro, somebody bro. I was angry, bro. I was taking it home and I was like, don't let your father tell me something. I'll kill him right now.
Watch it.
He asked God to kill them because he's angry at what's going on. Let's go. I'm going to keep going. Give me the next verse. He says, how long will our land be dry and the grass in every field be withered? Animals and birds are dying because of the wickedness of our people. People who say God doesn't see what we are doing. God, come on. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm trying to handle a family. I'm trying to keep my finances. I'm trying to keep my home. I'm trying to be a good Christian. I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to learn here. I'm trying to get better at that. I'm going to church. I give my tithing. I give my offering. Look at all I'm doing. They don't see that? He's letting God know, in case you don't see it, in case you got a blind eye, God, the whole land is suffering because of this wickedness, and you can do something about it. Real fast, he forgot that God was righteous and just. And then God answers, and I want you to hear this. I want you to listen to this. Give me verse 5, look at this. The Lord then rebukes Jeremiah for his impatience and says this. If you have run with footmen, and they have tired you out, then how can you compete with horses? I ought to just walk away right now. I ought to just walk away. Jeremiah's been on a tangent, man. God, you don't see, you don't know, you don't hear. Look at me, what's going on? Things are going bad. From bad to worse. The more I give, the more I'm getting, the worse it gets. He's so angry, and God says, if you can't handle the situation that I have you in right now, where you down here with footmen, foot soldiers, got no skill, they got no speed, they got no stamina, they don't know how to fight. That's why they're called footmen. They would line them up by the thousands, hundreds and thousands, and they were slaughtered. They were meant to tire out and try to thin out the enemy. And then the big boys rode in. He knows exactly what foot soldiers are. They ain't nobody, no authority. No right. They got nothing. They just a life that's about to be given up. Sacrificed. And he said, I want to take you to a place where you'll be racing against the horses. Oh my God. You crying to me about the footmen. You have no idea what I can do for you up here. But if you're telling me you can't handle this, how dare you say that you can come up here, because that's exactly where I want to take you. But this is too much for you. Why? Because Jeremiah, while you're looking at what you have and what you don't have, and are just hungry to feed your eyes, I want you to understand that I'm making you a better person, that I am making you stronger, that I am making you more righteous, that I am giving you strength, that I am giving you endurance, that I'm teaching you perseverance, that I'm teaching you to be faithful to me, that I'm teaching you how to trust in me, that I'm teaching you how to walk with me no matter what happens. I am God. And you're so focused on what you don't have and what you do have, you don't see what I'm doing, and I'm just making you a better person. I'm teaching you how to stand up and walk right. I'm teaching you how to stick your chest out when you walk and hold your head up high, because you are a child of God. That's what I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you how to answer correctly, or, Camille's favorite word, response correctly. People that were in church last year, they don't like me to use the word response. Preached about it for 4 months, and it was life-changing. It was life-changing. It really was life-changing. He lost focus on God. Why? Because he's surrounded by all this bad. Everywhere you look, somebody giving you bad news. Everywhere you look, people are miserable and angry. And people don't want to live anymore. People don't care about nothing no more. They're just full of anger and hatred, and all they're doing is doing for them. Everything about them. He's standing there telling God, this is what I should have. Me. I'm all about me. I'm all about what I need, God, and let me tell it to you. And he's saying, oh man, you over here complaining about the kiddie park, and I'm about to take you to the Olympics. But you telling me you can't handle the kiddie park. So what do? Here's the two choices, Jeremiah. You can come up, which I think would be better, or I can go down. Why? You're going to be in a low place in life. You're going to be in a difficult place. God ain't going to be there. He's still there. Your situation ain't going to change who he is. Your situation affects who you are. But you could be standing there and saying, God, this is terrible. This sucks. Things are going bad. This is happening. That's happening. We're struggling. Oh, we got a small blessing. Thanks. What about this and what about that? Huh? Then God is saying, ah, man. You know, I can hear the song. This is all in the 90s. They have no idea what it means. They're like, oh yeah, that's the movie about that old man, right? The old man that boxes. And they're like, Creed? No, not Creed. Way before Creed came. And 30 years before Creed was even born. Right? Original Rocky. And I don't care what you think. If you was not born during that time, it does not have that effect on you. You born in my time, you play that song, bro, I'll fight anybody. I don't care, there's 10 of them. You put that song on, I'm like, oh, let's go, bro. I'm gonna try this. That song is sick. I don't know what they did to that song. They got me all lit right now. I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you. God's looking at you right now and saying, you don't forget who I am. I know things are rough, but if you understand that if you persevere, I'm working on you. I'm making you better. You're going to come out of this like Job said. I'm going to come out of this like gold, shining. Yes. Shining, God. Why? Because I want to look good. No. That's where you're going to lose it. Why? Because when people ask me why I'm shining so bright, I want to be able to tell them that it's because of you, God. You. Why God wants you to do that? So that you can look at people and say, nah, don't give up. I've been there. Don't give up. You know what? I was here and I went through that and I came out because I believed. You too can stand and go right through it and keep believing. But if you don't have a story to share, I don't really want to hear you. Now give me your opinion about something you've never faced. Huh? You stand there saying, I want to see what gets Pastor angry. Start trying to give me parental guidance and tips when you got no children. I'll put you in your place real quick. I'll hear that little song in my head. I'm going to knock this person out. They don't know what they're talking about. Right? You don't go get financial, support from someone that's homeless and bankrupt. Right. Well, thanks. I'm good, thanks. If you understand, man, God doesn't leave your side. It doesn't leave my side. It may look rough, it may look bad, it may get difficult, but you gotta believe that God, if God is with you, if you understand that God is with you, that God is going to pull you out and say, I learned, I taught you some things. You're a better person, you're better experienced, you're stronger, you're more educated. Most importantly, you've remained faithful to me. That's hard to do, and that's why I wanted to share this. Let me finish with this. I'll remind you. This is Jeremiah. This is the prophet of God, anointed gifted, called. And he got to a place where he started thinking and acting like them. Kill them, God. Ain't no good. Things are going wrong. We live in a very difficult time. In a time where it's very difficult to stay good and stay righteous and stay just. It's hard. It's hard to stay connected to God. Hard to come to church on a Saturday night when I could be getting ready for the club. Because it's real hard to go out club and have you come out of here, right? That's the whole point. If you're going to dance all night long, I want you to hear Pastor's words in your head while you're dancing. I'm all right with that. All right? Just don't blame me for it. But I want you to believe that God is still with you. That God has not left you. He has not left me. He has not left us. He hasn't forgotten about us. He hasn't passed us by. He is working things out, and more importantly, He is preparing you to begin to race with horses. Horses. You think that if I can beat a horse, I'm going to accept a race from you? That's what I did. I'll never forget, I was in 6th grade. I was like, I need to beat the fastest kid in the school. I got out running. It was fast. I got him a couple times. And after you did that, somebody said, I want to race you. Look, get out of here, bro. Don't race him over there. Isn't that what you're laughing because you're like, well, I remember when I did that. Don't tell me how to spike the ball. Get out of here, bro. You know, right? Because you took the best. You race with horses. You're going to begin to look at life and say, oh, man, get out of here. I ain't got time for this nonsense. I ain't got time for this petty stuff. I ain't got my time to waste. And that's what God is saying. God was saying, you're putting your mind on petty stuff. You're putting your mind on wasting your time. You're putting your mind on things that are just consuming you. You're not focused. You don't understand that I'm getting you ready to race with horses. You want to waste your time racing in the kiddie park. I'm about to take you to the Kentucky Derby. Oh my God, I want to go there. I want to see those horses run, bro. Amen. Amen. Somebody tell me, we go together. Don't give up. Don't give up. And you got to believe today that God is just prepping you for a higher place. Yes. God is prepping you for a greater thing. And listen to me, it's the most difficult thing today. It is, man. I'm seeing people drop like flies. I'm seeing people drop like, what do you mean, Pastor? People that said I'm committed and they don't know what commitment means anymore. We talked about that last week. If you remember.
Yeah.
If not, you're in trouble because now we got to record it. You can see it again. Keep running. Don't quit. Does it hurt? Yeah. Will you be angry? Yes. Will you complain? Yes. But keep running. Keep running. Don't give up. Don't give up saying, well, I can't do it, God. No, you stay focused on God. And if you fall, you get back up and you keep chasing God.
Yes.
Amen? If you're in the house, please stand with me. If you're at home, I want to invite you right now. If you want to stand up where you are. I'm going to ask you right here to close your eyes. And as you have your eyes closed, I just want you to meditate right now. And I want you to analyze everything that's going on in life. And begin to penetrate within your spirit, within the depths of your mind and your soul. Begin to tell yourself, God, you're prepping me. You're prepping me. I'm growing, I'm growing, I'm growing, I'm growing, I'm growing, God. I'm growing. Make me a better person. Continue to make me stronger. Move forward. Let me not look at my problems, Lord, as though things that just want to conquer me come against me. Let me look at the situations in life and the challenges in life and say, these things, you've allowed them, God, to make me stronger, to prep me to race with the horses, God. Let me not be comforted. Let me not get used to this low area, God. Running with the footmen. Lord, take me to where you want to take me. Do with me what you would want to do with me, God. Give me the best life that you have for me. But I understand that it has to involve you, God.
Yes.
I got to get involved with you, God. Why? So that I can remember what you say and not begin to speak like those around me. Help us to stay focused on you, God. Those that need strength, give them strength. Those that need encouragement, give them encouragement, God. But let us not lose faith. Let us not lose sight. Let us not lose our faith, God. We stand and we believe in you. And if you believe that today and you're in agreement with me, I want you to say amen. Amen.
I'm AJ and I'm one of the worship leaders here at Encounter Church. On behalf of our pastors and I, we'd like to extend a warm welcome and thank you for joining us for today's service. If you are impacted or you enjoyed this word, please like and share this with a family or a friend. Just a few things. If you would like to give your tithes and offerings, or you would like to give a gift to our ministry that supports our local community, you can do so 3 ways. First way, by our Venmo account at Encounter Sparks. Or the second, if you are in church physically. Or lastly, if you would like to mail it, you can do so right here. Bible studies are hosted on Tuesday at 7 o'clock here at church or on Zoom. Center of Hope Church is hosting their food banks on Mondays from 5 to 7 in the hall. So if you would like, if you'd like to participate, please join us. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a blessed and safe week.